What's up, everyone? What's on the menu? Back with another video, and this time we're here to talk about the release of Mr. Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. Yes, this is real. This is not clickbait. This is not a joke. This is not a trick or treat. This is legitimate. From TMZ, the horse's mouth, or TMZ, one of the leaders in entertainment news. The headline of their article reads, "Young Thug free from prison after accepting guilty plea in YSL RICO." Young Thug could be home very soon. He was just sentenced and may not have to serve any more time behind bars if he successfully completes 15 years of probation. On Thursday afternoon, Judge Whitaker imposed the sentence, which amounts to 40 years in total. It's a bit complicated, but here's the gist. He was given time served for 5 years, plus 15 years on probation. There's also a backload 20-year prison sentence that could kick in after the probation, but he'll only have to serve that time behind bars if he doesn't successfully complete the probation terms. So, in turn, the time he spent behind bars will count for 5 years, and he's going to be on the watchful eye of the court system for the next 15 years, which means he can't act up, he can't do anything under their stipulations, and he can't do anything illegal, or else, he's going back in the slammer and going to serve the rest of the time served within that 15-year period if he decides to not follow the terms given to him. Let's continue. There's also a backloaded 20-year prison sentence that could kick in after the probation, but he'll only have to serve that time behind bars if he doesn't successfully complete his probation terms. If he keeps his nose clean during probation, the judge said that part of the sentence would be commuted. His lawyer, Brian Steele, also requested that he still be allowed to associate with co-defendants, his brother, Quantavious Unfunk Greer, and Sergio Gunna Kitchens, in order to continue his rap career. The state had been recommending Thug serve at least 25 years in prison, but it appears the judge went in a very different direction. Young Thug decided to enter a guilty plea in his YSL RICO case, which will bring an end to his part in what was become the longest trial in Georgia history. On Thursday, Halloween, October 2024, at that, Thug switched his original plea he made in 2022 and pleaded guilty to his role in criminal street gang activity. He also pleaded no contest to conspiracy to violate the RICO Act and leading a criminal street gang. Prosecutors said they'll recommend Thug gets a 45-year sentence consisting of 25 years in prison, followed by 20 years of probation. Two of Thug's co-defendants, Yak Gotti and Shannon Stillwell, aka SB, reportedly rejected plea deals and will continue their trials, while 3 others accepted plea deals earlier this week. Not only was it the trial Georgia's longest, it was also a very eventful one. Between a defendant allegedly trying to pass drugs in open court, to Thug being accused of sending messages to his girlfriend, Mariah the Scientist, through his attire, social media never stopped discussing the case. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at the shirt that Young Thug is wearing in court right now that they're referring to in this news article, and it literally spells out SEX on his shirt. And for you to be fighting for your life in federal prison and you wear a shirt that has those 3 letters spelled out on front of it for the whole court, and even you're being video recorded for the whole world to see, that is crazy, my guy. I mean, big ups to you, because I would never do that if my life's on the line. But you're you're one of a kind, Young Thug. That's all I can say. But Thug's role in the whole thing is now coming to an end. First of all, good news. Congratulations to Young Thug for getting the ability to get released from prison. Not everyone gets that chance, especially after being arrested by the state for a case as big as a RICO charge. I'm glad he was able to cooperate, give the courts what they needed to hear in order for justice to be served. I know it's been hard on him mentally. Being in jail, being incarcerated for 2 years plus or any amount of time is not easy on anybody. I've known people who have been incarcerated, and it's definitely not something that they take lightly. It can definitely alter your mental and change your life for better or worse, depending on how you choose to live life after, which, is all up to the person. But at the end of the day, I'm glad he was able to get released and he was able to get reunited with his family, friends, loved ones, and all that stuff. But this whole incident is able to shine light on a bigger topic on rap music and the pitfalls of the popularity of what the subject matter tends to be and how it can actually damage your life more so than people realize. I know it's easy for people to get caught up in the sensationalism of gun violence and street culture and everything else in between that's related and associated with hip-hop and rap music, but I want people to know that there are serious consequences to the actions that people partake in that aren't just lyrically based. People actually partake in gun or gang-related activity while doing street stuff. They actually enter other people with firearms. They actually rob other people and take things valuable for them besides just items, their peace of mind, their personal security, their ability to feel safe and secure. People have lost lives to this sort of thing, and I know people have made raps about it and continue to joke about it. You know, in Chicago, the ongoing Tuca joke. Obviously, it's fun for people to say who are from there and don't side with that kid, but a 15-year-old kid is being talked about to this very day, and his mother is appalled at the fact that her son is being used as a joke to refer to marijuana. It's unfortunate that besides stuff just like that, the rap stuff that people talk about have serious consequences. And if you're a young adult or a young kid, and you think it's fun and cool to do all the stuff that rappers talk about in their music, and slide on the ops and hit someone with the blicky and this, that, and the third, I want you to understand that there are legitimate consequences to the actions that people take outside of this rap stuff, because people's lives are being affected, people's families are being affected, people's health is being affected. It's not just a bunch of words, and it's not just all fun and games and then you forget about it. These things can come back and bite you in the butt years after you stop doing the activities. You may change your life afterwards, but at the end of the day, these things that people do outside of rap are serious, and they have consequences that should be taken seriously. Young Thug is just a prime example. He got lucky. Not everyone who ends up in this situation ends up leaving scot-free without having to worry about having to partake in probation. I mean, probation for 15 years is a long time, but at the same time, he doesn't have to stay in jail for 15 years. That's a lot better than having to stay in jail for 15 plus years. He only served a little over 2. That's a blessing in itself. There are countless rappers we've seen who have transformed their lives through hip-hop or music, but unfortunately couldn't get away from the stuff that, at the same time, it popularized them, but they couldn't get away from it. Look at Fetty Wap, 6ix9ine, Pooh Shiesty, Young Thug, P. Diddy. I'm probably forgetting a lot of people, but the list goes on and on. There are people whose lives have been negatively affected by the stuff they talk about in rap music, and they've paid the consequences, unfortunately, and we don't want to keep seeing that stuff. So I think it's best that, we talk about another subject matter. I know I'm not really someone well involved in the culture. I've never had to live in that sort of impoverished environment where I've had to do these sort of things in order to survive. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like there could be something different that could be done in order to fix this thing from continuously happening, especially in the Black community. I don't know. I feel like there's something better that can be done, or a different avenue that could be taken. But those are just my 2 cents. All in all, congrats on Young Thug for being able to be freed from state prison and able to live his life freely under the stipulations of the 15-year probation period. And I hope he's able to preach his message of, hey, there's other alternatives to the life that I lived. And yeah. So what are you guys' thoughts on Young Thug being freed? Do you think he deserved what he got in terms of a sentence? Do you think his probation was too soft? Do you think he got just what he deserved? Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and subscribe if you want to see more celebrity news like this. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.